Do you have self-awareness of how and where you hold things and experiences, feelings, emotions, trauma in your body? Does what I'm saying sound really obtuse to you? If it does, you probably need this more than you know. Hi, my name is Heather, and I am a 20-year first responder turned holistic health nurse coach, and I'm here to support and inspire you to take better care of yourself. I'm also leading a campaign, Sabbaticals for First Responders. If you like this vibe, follow for more. I want to share an experience that I've had recently where somatic practitioners, intuitive body workers have really helped me become more aware of things that I was holding in my body. I spent some time recently with some friends. They're a couple. And while observing the behavior of this couple, I realized that I was seeing things that had happened to me in one of my previous relationships. This was something that wasn't happening directly to me, but it was happening between the couple. I noticed the behavior and I was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm kind of glad that's not triggering me right now. But I found myself relating to one partner in the couplehood because it seemed apparent to me that that person was experiencing phenomena that I was experiencing in one of my previous relationships. That, if I have to say, was unpleasant. I had communication with both of the couple. I truly didn't realize how much that exchange affected me until the next day when I went to one of the somatic practitioners that I see. So I have a lovely chiropractor that I see regularly. I see an acupuncturist regularly. I also see a cranial sacral, not as regularly. And then I have a massage therapist that does tapping and is super intuitive and a bunch of other modalities that I can't even rattle off. I have to say I'm so grateful to have invited in this support system. If there's any way that you can invite that in, utilize your insurance. If you have health insurance or access to any sort of support, even the VA, I use the VA for my healthcare, they pay for chiropractic and acupuncture. And actually some physical therapists do cranial sacral work too. Invite in this support. It can literally change your life. So I go in for this cranial sacral appointment and I had been working through an injury pattern that I had more or less released from about 6 months ago. So I wasn't quite sure what we were going to work on in this session. So we just sort of lay down, we drop into a little bit of a meditative state, and I was finding myself very mentally stimulated and in one of those sort of, couldn't turn my brain off, which is unusual for me for meditation because I've practiced this so much. So instead of judging myself, I just, allowed that to be true and expressed that to the practitioner. Like, oh, I'm feeling sort of amped up. She's like, oh yeah, feel into that. Where is that living? And I was like, well, I actually kind of feel a little contracted right now. Basically like forward leaning a little bit. So we explored that. Instead of judging myself of like why I wasn't dropping in and being more in tune with what was happening, we just explored that. And I realized through that, and also today with the massage therapist exploring it a little bit more, that while I witnessed my two friends' communication between themselves, and it wasn't directed at me, I wasn't consciously aware of it being, I was consciously aware that it wasn't triggering because it wasn't directed at me, but I was subconsciously soaking in and feeling a lot of feelings around it. Feeling sadness on behalf of the recipient of the communication, and then feeling some residual anger about the situation that was tied back to a previous relationship of mine. And it was so subtle. I really had a hard time admitting to myself that I was experiencing that. I've done so much therapy and so much work. I'm like, didn't I release all that? Didn't I let that go? But the thing is, it's like I was holding on to this injustice, this anger at the situation, that anger that, someone could treat another someone, in a certain way. And having some of my own memories be rekindled of how I was angry at myself for allowing myself to have my power, to give away my power, and essentially be a victim. Because these practitioners helped me slow down, helped me check in where I was carrying that tension, where I was carrying that contraction, where I was carrying some of the old patternings of feeling angry at myself, feeling sad, for the person of my old self. I was able to just sort of come to terms with love. The practitioner today said, can you just love this person? Both the people, the person that was the recipient of the communication and the person that was rendering the communication, that was hard for me to hear. Can you love both of them for their situation and where they're at and who they are, and that these are the lessons that they're both needing to learn, and I'm neither responsible for them nor able to rescue either one of them. This was a big deal for me today, and I'm sharing all of this with this idea that I'm endeavoring to be more aware of these things, because what I'm not interested in is having that anger continue to live in me. Oh, it's a back injury every time that I see this couple. My back starts to hurt more because I'm holding all that anger and resentment and that, So bottom line, if you're not already practicing body awareness and knowing where sensations, emotions, trauma, feelings live in your body, get some help with that. There are so many different practitioners that use intuitive and energetic means by which to help guide disruptions in your energy, disruptions in your body. This is all very well grounded. Physical therapists can do this, acupuncturists can do this, somatic body practitioners can do this, some massage therapists can do this. Invite these people into your life and start building an awareness of where this shit lives in your body and start letting it go. Bless and release what does not bring you peace, baby. All right, in the comments, bless and release. Bless and release. Put them in the comments. Embody this. Bless and release. Otherwise, please go back to my main page, watch some other videos. I'd appreciate if you give me a follow, or save this for later. You might want to listen to it again. Thank you. You got this.